Unfortunately, her business took the L. I didn't like it. I thought that the Hurt Business should have at least gotten W. Seeing that we got a later result later on that was pretty damn bad anyway. But is what it is. It was a pre-show match. It was supposed to liven up the crowd before the
Mhm.
show,
Mhm.
and I think it did its part. So happy about it.
First and foremost, sir, they should have won.
They definitely should have won. Definitely
uh,
should have won.
sir, you will acknowledge the Usos. All right, that's just this is what it is. They're your SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and we'll retain those titles for at least another 2 weeks. So, I know, wasn't anybody else got anything else to say about that match?
Um, I thought the match was boring. In my aspect, yeah, it was boring. I guess because you already knew who was gonna win anyways. You already knew the Usos were gonna retain. It was just like a sneaky way to just get them on the card because they weren't on the card anyways. So it wasn't gonna be a shock value. It wasn't. You already knew the shock factor wasn't gonna happen. You knew that her business was not gonna just beat the Usos out of nowhere. There wasn't a feud. It was just like a last minute put together. It was just a way to just get them on the card. Like, just a way to appease the bloodline. So I just found it boring. It was just boring to me. It was boring, lazy booking. But that's just me. That was me thinking too deep into it.
Yeah, well, we all know it was a setup for something later, anyway. So, what's next?
Thought,
Oh, what happened? My fault.
thank God that the Hurt Business got on the card next.
Right.
Word,
That's the
Yeah.
main thing.
word.
I think both teams are capable of much more given proper build and time and stuff. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
next,
yeah, word. Next.
Read the match card. Like this.
I'm doing the card. Why am I doing the card?
Because I'm not doing it.
you're the one we thought you introduced.
Oh,
the
man.
fucking match. You
Anyway, the next one is
Show until like
Oh my
God.
god.
Good Lord, the next match on the card, ladies and gentlemen,
I have
Seth
no
Rollins
box.
versus
Nothing.
you.
Edge in a Hell in a Cell match.
Damn. We already knew. Come on.
Actually, no, solid. Actually, was solid match to start the show. Really start the show.
Yep.
I think what we can it's safe to say that it's nice to see it's like old versus new, past versus present, and they both almost, believe it or not, have a similar career, similar move set, somewhat. And you can tell these two, like, they can really they can make magic together in the ring, and this was no different. I think it was a fun Hell in a Cell match. I know a lot of people are gonna say like they felt like the wrong man won the match because obviously Edge won. I think I'm okay with that. I was okay with Edge winning. Like it's okay for this feud to, if it was this is gonna be the end of the feud. It's good to just let Edge take this W and just he's just gonna smooth on out and go do something else. Same thing with Seth. They could just go on to they're doing other things. It was like a lot of spots, especially there was a lot of cool spots. The long dart into the from a suicide dive into the Hell in a Cell. The
Mhm.
Edge didn't stop the long dart. Um, I think it was when Seth was gonna try to do a Phoenix Splash and Edge even like pushed him off
Mhm.
and made him bounce off the cell wall into a table. That was a cool spot.
That spot was
I was
crazy.
going to bring that up, the pinball spot.
Yeah,
Bounced off the cage and then bounced
yeah.
into the table. I thought that was really cool.
I mean, the plant. I think the Edge planting him on the steel steps. That was more cool.
Mhm.
They got a lot of their moves in. You saw Rollins able to kick out of the spear. You saw Edge kick out of a freaking pedigree. You even saw Edge. He was taking a lot of damage. He took a lot of damage in this match. He took a buckle bomb. He was able to
Thank
take
God it was good after though.
yeah, he was able to take a super kick to the face from with the chain on Seth's foot. And
Mhm.
even then, when he was even going to get hit with his curb stomp, and it turned to him getting hit with a low blow with the chair. That was good. That was a good spot to me. and ultimately we thought, maybe that Seth was gonna tap out again. That Edge was gonna tap Seth out again. That didn't work. Instead, he finished him off with his own move.
Yep.
You thought he was gonna do the concerto.
On the
They
chain.
say he didn't even do that. He actually hit him with his own move. Got the simple 1-2-3. Oh, another low key cool spot was Seth even hitting Edge with the unprettier. That was hilarious. That was
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of
That was great.
moves in there. A lot of moves. Can't even hate on it.
No, man, that definitely. I mean, look, you got two vets. You got two vets in the game.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They know what they're doing.
Mhm.
Like, there's no shock that that they put on the show that they did. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I there's not enough good things I could say. So I'm not gonna nitpick. It was a great match that I expected to be great.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're both really, really brave for even getting into the Hell in the Cell environment. And kudos to Rollins, who wrestled a ladder match on fucking SmackDown. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
Raw, you mean?
The season.
Right.
He wrestled a ladder match after bumping and whatever have you. And yeah, Edge is 47 and can still absolutely go. And those two, I think, have had a great program. I hope it's personally, I want to see them both move on.
Right.
Excuse me, not SmackDown. Raw. Rollins had his match on Raw.
Mhm.
Excuse me. I'm so used to him being on SmackDown that I instinctively said SmackDown. But he's, I think him being in that feud with Edge really, really expressed, just how good at his job he is. He is really a complete wrestler.
I mean, even just the way his mind works, it's so unique than anything we've seen. And plus, Edge had to win this, man. I mean, Seth went in his crib and gave everything he sat on the Rick James treatment. Like, he had to win. Like, he had to. Yeah,
It was all part of the storyline. It's like it made sense. It just makes sense for if it's like heel versus face, you gotta have the face win this one. You have the guy has to ultimately win the feud.
Honestly, I thought Edge was gonna rip the girls' drawings down. I was gonna be like, ooh, he gotta go.
Mm.
He
You
gotta
being the
go.
girl dad that you are, sir.
I mean, any dad that gave a shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you gotta go.
I'm sick of the gaslighting, man. Edge comes into John Cena's home. He smacks up John Cena's
True.
father.
True.
Nobody bats an eye. Uncle
Payback's
Sethy,
a
though.
bitch.
Uncle Sethy want to compliment him on the kids' drawings and the
Yes,
picture.
sir.
He want to
Right.
stop by for a water and an apple, but you don't get no, like no quarter, no favor. Everybody has a problem with it.
I
They
mean,
leaving their door open, if you ask me.
but I mean that's another thing. They shouldn't have left their door
Word.
open. Like,
Always lock your
what-
doors, kids.
I don't know. I really don't
And
know what's
nobody was
going
in the
on.
damn house.
It don't matter.
I never really understand, like, why is it that wealthy people, rich people feel they just have the need to do that? Why do you leave your doors
I
unlocked?
was
Like,
talking to this dude. He's like, "Oh, that's a common thing for upstate New York people who live
That's
in
a
rural
why?
common
areas."
thing. A lot of
I'm
places.
like,
Why
that's the
is
most
that?
ridiculous thing. That's why y'all end up on investigation discovery,
Yep.
man.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a common
Don't
thing.
let
A
anybody
lot
in
of
your
places.
house.
Exactly.
A lot of places in the South is like that too. Doors
That's
are just
terrible.
left open.
That's
It's
just
like
terrible
that.
awareness. And then,
I agree.
not only that, I mean, but Edge even agreed. He's like, you know what? That's
That's on me.
right, because he would have did the
Word.
same thing. And I'm just like, see, you can't really be mad at
Word.
him. You would have did the same thing to him.
All right. What's
Yep.
next on the card?
Next was
Oh, you picking this
the
back up?
Saudi Mania main event
Hmm.
between Mansoor
You really
and Mustafa Ali.
I think it's a little different disrespect when you call it Saudi Mania, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's
a
a little,
Middle
bit of a
Eastern
shock.
performers. Like, can they not do that?
Yeah, that's
Listen,
kind
those
of a
are his
shock.
those are his words and his words alone.
That's
Yes,
Um,
but it is the
disclaimer.
main event. That is one of the matches that definitely
People
ramped
came
up
to
the
see.
crowd, and it did its job as it does every year for
I'll
Crown
agree
Jewel.
in that respect. I think Mansoor
Word.
is incredibly over in his home
I mean,
country.
absolutely. He's a hero there.
He's 4-0, baby.
I mean, I think it's still a solid. Was solid. It was a solid. They
Solid
He was
match.
used
They did
solid.
what
He
it
was
had
a
to do.
solid wrestler.
They told a full story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that the build up was great. The match was good. The match was
Mhm.
fun. You know, everybody they did their job. You know what I mean?
I mean, rightfully so. Yeah, they did their job. It was. I'll say it was. I give if I had to give the match a like out of 10, I'd say it was a solid 7.
Right.
Yeah. Only, and that's only because, like I said, it's just off of like the story alone. The story is pretty cool. The story is pretty cool and hilarious because ultimately these two are gonna like end up being back as a team together.
Of
I
You
course.
hope.
know, this is probably gonna be like to eventually turn Mansoor heel. Like he's gonna just like get it, and he's just gonna be heel, and they're gonna be like, probably a little dangerous, like dangerous tag team as is. They just
Right.
going, it's just like it's two so-called friends just going through their little squabble at the moment.
Yeah.
Ali just feels like he has to teach Mansoor. He is trying to show him exactly like how the whole thing with the glass ceiling. It's like there's layers to this, and it's just like, all right, just seeing how the story goes. But Mansoor is still like he's still wet behind the ears. He's still like he's a deer. He's still like a deer with headlights.
Worshiper. Yeah.
He's a fanboy.
He's still gonna
He's a
be a
fanboy.
fanboy at heart. He's still like
Very,
happy. He's still happy and like smiling all over the place. And it's just like, what are you smiling for? Like you guys
He's
very
are
the
naive.
opposite of Austin Theory
Naive.
at this
Yeah,
point.
that's a good one.
Very
right.
Very
It's
naive.
naive as a
That's
young
a good way to
wrestler.
put it.
Still in in the even though he's been here for a while, still in the very rookie stage of his career. I assume from his mindset at least.
Yeah, like it was just like, you can still kind of, get a little bit more mad, like show a little bit more intensity, show a little
Right.
bit more aggression,
I mean, you're
ruthless
you're on
aggression.
Raw you're on Raw and SmackDown now. You're not on NXT. You're not on 205 Live. You're not just stuck at Crown Jewel. You're on by far one of the bigger television shows, during the week. So you gotta think big picture. You can't think, hey, I'm with my idols. I'm with
Right.
all of these people that I'm wrestling with, and I'm having these great matches. No, you have to be that shark in that blood infested water and want to grab at something. And
Listen,
maybe that's the tag titles.
listen.
Who knows?
Ali's teachings aren't necessarily wrong. I mean, he's been
They're
through
not
his
wrong at
stuff.
all.
He's been through his stuff too, and he sees the potential in Mansoor. And to a point, it really seemed like he wanted him to succeed, but he messed up. So
Very, very reminiscent of Orton and Riddle, actually.
yeah. I just want to put this comment up real quick. Stretch wanted me to highlight this.
A lot of people didn't watch during the whole blood money thing. Okay, so I wanted to address this because I know it's a controversial topic or whatever have you. That
And we love
the
controversy.
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is not necessarily the most ethical when it comes to human rights and stuff like that. And you're absolutely right. There are a lot of concerns with WWE performing in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There was that journalist that was um, killed there, and that Saudi involvement and stuff like that took place with his unfortunate, I guess, quote unquote, assassination. But you know where else wrestling happens in countries that have human rights violations?
Ooh, 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 ooh,
This
ooh,
one,
ooh, ooh, ooh.
the
Oh,
United freaking States of America. Like, I get it. Like, it's a Muslim country. They don't necessarily treat. I think they're growing as far as how they treat women. It's
they
not
are
as
for sure.
extreme, as it used to be. And I
You
think that
can you
as
can even
far
tell by the way the years have gone by inside that stadium, just
right,
how the setup
You
has
know,
changed.
absolutely,
That
there's
that in
more women. But
itself.
I
we
just wanted to
can't.
say, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead. I don't want
I
you.
was gonna say like we can't sit here and like keep going with the blood money thing, blood money this, blood money that. We live in, like you said, Stretch. We live in a country that's filled with blood money.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We're
it's an
all
This like
exception.
to
we're
me to
all we're a bunch of minorities living in a country fueled
absolutely
on blood money. So it's like, what are we actually talking about here?
without question. To me, like to call out like the WWE is, it's a blood money pay per view, this, that, and the third. This country doesn't offer subsidized health care, unlike most industrialized nations. we still have racism. We still have systemic racist practices. Gays and lesbians and other people of different sexual ilks are treated like garbage in this country as far as equality is concerned. Nobody bats an eye about that. Like, it's like, oh, the WWE's performing in Saudi Arabia. They're taking blood money. They were founded in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's like, this is like like, to me, it's virtue signaling to say, like, oh, they've been performing in a blood money country, whatever have you, when they're founded here. Like,
I just want to know, but I just want to know. So it's blood money because WWE did it? So what if the other company, if AEW was to go to Saudi Arabia, if Ring of Honor was to go to Saudi Arabia,
I'm not gonna do
no. Hear me out. If New Japan Wrestling, if these other companies were able to go to Saudi Arabia, would y'all be calling it blood money as well? Would y'all be calling it blood money as well?
I mean, essentially,
if we're calling a spade, is that what we're doing, or are we just doing it because we're on this bandwagon train of everything WWE do is terrible, so you just have to call it out? Like, what are we really talking about here? That's my whole take on it.
I mean, look, let's call a spade a spade. Me personally, yes, I think it is what it is, and they gave them a shitload of money to do these shows, and that's a lot of money. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
no businessman's gonna turn that
no,
down.
Right? Like,
no businessman is gonna turn that down.
I'm not. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't want tens of millions of dollars. Like that. That's absurd if you don't. But or you're not being honest with yourself. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So, anyways, that's not what the show is about right now. We're just trying to get through these matches. What is next?
Blood money.
So I kind of did a segue, but
also in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Court. Yeah, I mean,
Vince McMahon is not the only businessman that does business in Saudi Arabia. Ladies.
True.
He's not.
You want to do that? Make sure you vet all the companies that you shop for. You have one, for example. If you have on a pair of Nike sneakers and you're a wrestling fan and you're complaining about Saudi Arabia, but the business practices that they do in China, take a hard look at your wardrobe before you throw stones at companies. There's a lot of shit that you can do without.
Look, Vince is not Vince and the WWE are not the first, and they won't be the last, and that's just it too. That's just that. Won't be the first, won't be the last. I just hope everybody has the same energy across the board. Otherwise, we're just talking about nothing here. We're just talking.
I get it because it doesn't exist. Okay,
and I think it should be. Okay, last point. I swear to God, and I think it should be brought up because this is a huge issue.
True.
I don't think it's necessarily the most scrupulous thing to do as far as dealing with countries that do have questionable human rights issues. But this is a problem across the board. There is no perfect country. There is no utopia.
This is an Earth issue. And that's not me making a joke. It's true.
The country that we live in does not have a squeaky clean record when it comes to
absolutely not. We don't.
Absolutely, to this day, does not have a squeaky clean record when it comes to human rights.
From the very jump.
From the absolute jump. I mean, we still have Guantanamo Bay for a reason. Like, I could literally go down a list of freaking issues in the United States that nobody bats an eye about.
We still have Guantanamo Bay. We still have
shame on them.
Like, we still have Rikers Island. We still have Rikers Island here in New York. Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
wait, that shit's still around? Okay,
yeah, of course it's still around.
All right, I know we're veering off the topic now.
Yeah. We're going way deep into something else that doesn't need to talk about. Yeah, like,
catch us on the shooting the shit episode. Anyway,
type of content you guys miss.
Okay, so I tried to segue into it, but after the Mansoor and Ali match, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match. RK Bro versus AJ Styles and Omos.
Okay.
Very fun back and forth as usual.
Before we get into that, shout out to the Olympic silver medalist. I think it was karate.
Hey,
Tarang Comedy. Yeah.
Yes. Only got the silver medal because he knocked the shit out of his opponent.
Yeah,
wow. Actually knocked the guy out, which is against the rules in point fighting karate.
Yeah, he did.
So the guy would have probably gotten the gold medal.
He would have been a gold medalist, but he accidentally knocked his opponent.
Yeah, he accidentally knocked out his opponent, which is again, like I said, against the rules in point fighting and karate fighting.
Not what it's supposed to do.
And he knocked the guy clean out. I mean, I saw it the other day. Like he knocked him smooth out with a I believe it was a kick. And it was
Probably
like
the
the guy
same
was
kick that he hit
remorseful.
Ali with.
He definitely did not mean to murderize this guy, but it was.
He shots
I
a
was
clean
watching
shot.
and it was like Jesus Christ. It was
a clean
If you didn't watch the Olympics, that like I love the Olympics for the different diversity in sports. Like you don't get this,
Yeah, I think
you see sports in the Olympics you don't see like quote unquote on ESPN and stuff like that, which I think is really cool.
It is on. You can see it on YouTube, right? It is.
Yeah,
on
it's on YouTube.
Yeah,
So if you haven't
Wait.
seen, like
cool.
I'm telling you, like a hot knife through butter. He accidentally
Imagine
kicked
being a
this poor
dude
guy,
who
but
got the gold medal, but
you had
got
to
it
open
for
up
getting knocked out. Oh man,
with a gold
no,
medal.
that's
It's like,
horrible.
hey, good news and bad news. Bad news is you might have a concussion. Good news is you're an Olympic
You
gold
won
medalist.
gold. What?
Get those endorsements ringing in. Hi, I was the guy that got knocked out by the silver medal.
Oh yeah, yeah. Get Life Alert.
Which is
Like
terrible.
what? Like,
But shout out to Ali and Mustafa.
word.
Shout out to Ali and Mansoor, who had one hell of a match. I thought Mansoor
Yeah, it was a really
is
good
improving,
match.
and I think Ali is one hell of a pro in the ring. So let's
Absolutely.
I'll shut up now, folks. Let's talk about the Raw Tag Team Championship match.
Yeah,
Yes, Arcade Bro versus AJ and Omos. Usual fun back and forth with them. I personally am kind of tired of the same faces in the Raw Tag Team Championship run.
I was
But-
gonna say that. I didn't want to be the bad guy to say it. It was like I'm kind of.
You're not. I mean, you're not the only bad guy.
It's like like I'm kind of glad that this. I would say hope that this apparent feud between these two teams.
It's not done
over for the
It's
moment
not
because
done.
it's like yo, like how many times am I really gonna sit here and I want to see AJ Styles get RKO'd? I'm just like, all right, you know.
This is kind of why I wanted them traded to SmackDown. You know, Heyman's situation aside, I think they would have done great on SmackDown. And storyline wise, it would have been a big fu to Heyman if you had them in the tag team division over there.
They weren't gonna do that because they're not gonna. Like I said, they protect right now on SmackDown. They're protecting the hell out of the bloodline. They're not gonna give feed the Usos to Omos, who's already a colossus himself, and he's actually pretty damn good in the ring. With one of the best in the world, AJ Styles, you're not gonna feed the Usos to them. You're not. They're not gonna do that.
Right.
So it's just like you ain't got no choice but to like have Omos and AJ Styles just still pretty much chill on Raw. It's like a back and forth, but it's just like, all right, well, are we really gonna keep RK Bro, keep this feud, this reign going? Are they gonna be this solidified tag team, or it's just like they're the comedy tag team that eventually is gonna lose to that like super powerful heel team? Like we're just waiting to see like who are they actually gonna lose to. Yeah. Or is this going to build up to Survivor Series where it's going to be like the Usos versus RK Bro, which just might be actually an entertaining match in itself.
Dope match. Yeah. That would be a sick match.
That'd be a good match. That'd be
a sick match.
Gotta wait and see.
Agree with that. The Usos with the actual synergy, and then the makeshift team that has made synergy over time. And you actually see the real test of who's the real tag team out of these two.
I also give this match a 7. It was solid for me. It was just solid. Only because it's like it's the same match we've seen over and over. So it's just like, okay, this is a throwaway.
Rematch,
yeah, it's another rematch. So I give it a 7.
I go as low as a 6 just because it was another rematch. Is like 6 is not, to me. 6 is not bad score. I think scores like that is subjective. Really,
yeah, 6 is not bad. 6 is like a 65. Like
average match. Average match.
Average match.
Average match. Well,
that's a D.
Yeah, well, you're right. Yes, but still, I think it was just because of the rematch. I think I docked it a little bit. But I will say this: I think
you couldn't be a college professor at stretch. You really couldn't.
I can absolutely be. Okay, we're not getting off topic again. I'm not going. We're not going there. I'm going to give my thoughts on that. I think Omos is improving. I really do.
Yeah, he's definitely improving.
I think and it's like people say, "Oh, he can't wrestle." I'm like, he's 7'3" and he's damn near 400 pounds. I don't think he needs to put anyone in the headlock to get his point across. Like like kick someone, like and make you feel it. With him, I think what sets him apart from most big men his size is he can move. The guy does have knees underneath him.
He can
like the former basketball player, he's not necessarily a plodding giant. I think that with time, don't get me wrong, I don't think he'll ever be a technical marvel, but I think if he shows his personality a little bit more and talks some more, I think he's got potential.
I think you have the perfect pairing because AJ Styles is the technician, the high flyer, the talker, and Omos just does what he
Omos just has to stand
does.
by.
He does what he needs to do.
And
Stands by and he
destroy.
looks menacing. You know who else that worked for? Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash. Shawn
Yeah.
did all the
Diesel.
talking and all the work, and Diesel just stood there stroking his black glove. And when he got to talk and show his personality, when he was ready, it worked. So
Yep.
I'm not saying that Omos can eventually be Kevin Nash, but that's the same
Hey, you never
dynamic.
know.
You never know. That's
Never
the
know.
same dynamic that they're going for. So
Yeah.
more power to Omos. I actually like him. So.
Yeah.
You're
What's
welcome,
next?
Courtney. Okay, so damn, I had a segue and I forgot it now.
Wait, what was the last?
Everybody needs to be under 200 pounds.
Oh, sorry. The winners of the match or the champions, they retained.
Yes.
Obviously.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, have
Right.
we not been saying who's been winning?
So I have. Mansoor won the last match if I didn't mention it, but yeah. Speaking of average and maybe below average,
Wow.
we have
Don't
the
be disrespectful.
Queen's Crown match.
Don't be disrespectful.
The Queen's Crowns
You gonna put some respect on
finals
her name.
That was
between Doudrop, name, and
hate
Zelina Vega.
Bad name.
Stupid name. Bad name. Bad name, bad gimmick.
It's
Let's
all
call it
Uh,
Love
it-
Piper
it-
Niven. He's great.
It's just
But
another
all
2-minute match.
hail Queen Zelina.
Can I get to it first?
No. That needed to be said.
Anyway, quick 2-minute match or 5 minutes, however the hell long it went. It is just basically another match in the Queen's Crown tournament. Wasn't anything to remember. All you remember is the winner and the code red that she did on Doudrop, and that was that. Zelina wins. Zelina is your Queen's Crown tournament champion, or Queen of the Ring, or whatever we must call it.
Oh,
Queen of the Ring. All right. So Queen's Crown.
The right person won.
It surprised me.
Agreed. It's supposed to be a heel.
They surprised me. I'm not saying with the winner of the match. I'm saying it's a fun little match. It's a decent match. I just think they did a terrible job as far as building the tournament. All the matches
The tournament was trash.
They were all
trash.
I think in all but because it is upsetting that that most of the matches are short. I think, but I do also think really the reason why most of the matches may have been short only is because of these are probably not really the contestants that they all necessarily wanted for their initial inaugural Queen's Crown tournament. I mean, there could have been more. There could have been better talent names, but unfortunately, those better talent names are in title matches. So it's like, you can't really they kind of did put themselves in the corner, so they had no choice but to just do it as that.
I mean, also, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then also it's initially, like I said, though, the original person that I felt really should have won this whole Queen's Crown tournament was Shayna.
Say her name.
Yeah. She literally was. It's right down her alley. She's the Queen of Spades, submission magician. She should have been the first Queen's Crown tournament winner. Yep. If this finals was not in Saudi Arabia, she probably would have won the whole entire thing.
True.
But they had to have. It's better to have a heel win. Heel win this entire tournament. So who other than a better heel to win than Zelina Vega? Zelina Vega hasn't won anything else, so why not?
That's perfect. That's where I was going with it.
Yeah, she hasn't won anything else, so why not just give it to her? And
it
also feels that Shayna would have been the monster heel to win, but Zelina clearly is showing she was the smartest. She won with wit. She won with wit. So it's and that's sometimes that's what you need as a queen to be. The queen doesn't have to be the strongest. Their usual queens were the smartest.
I feel like, well, number one, I would have if Shayna would have won, I would have hoped to God they didn't go with the queen motif with Shayna. I like Shayna the way she is. Comes out with her towel and puts in her mouthpiece and just destroys people. I like that.
I don't even think she would have came out with a crown.
Had the scepter.
I don't even think she would have cared about wearing a crown. She would have just been.
I think she would have had the scepter or something.
She would have just. She would have been. You probably would have saw her sitting on the throne with the cards, dealing the cards and just just looking cool.
That's
like
actually
anime
dope.
character.
That's
In
a
a
like
dope
anime
perfect,
visual.
in a
Yeah,
perfect
I love
world, what
that.
I would have done, I don't disagree with her losing to Doudrop. What I would have done afterwards, I would have had her hurt Doudrop in some way,
Right.
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Yeah, that
Put
would
a
have
little
worked.
continuity and storytelling into it a little bit, but I think they made the right call. I think Zelina, has especially the mic skills to carry that type of
Yeah.
gimmick.
For sure.
So kudos to her. I hope that they take it seriously, and I hope they give her a little bit of a platform and a push. I hope she gets something out of it outside of the crown.
Right. And honestly, I really do hope I really hope they do continue the Queen's Crown. I hope this is a tournament they do continue
Yes,
on.
for
Like I
sure.
hope
It
this is
should
not
be.
just a one and done. Just like keep it going. It was interesting. I think it would have been I think for next year they probably would put better names, higher
Yep.
contenders into it to make it
Well,
even more appealing. This is
hopefully,
just
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, hopefully by next year, also they have a couple more of these NXT call ups, so you
yeah,
have people like,
right.
I mean, we
excuse me,
didn't
like
even
Dakota
get
Kai
into,
and Raquel Gonzalez and all of them.
but even to that, like we didn't even get into who they actually drafted from NXT or whatnot like
Wow.
that. We didn't even see them yet. So who's to say
Yeah.
that the rosters won't be really good when these people finally appear or finally get
Yeah.
into
Also
that
to that
mix?
comment, I'm not even I'm not even debating that. That's actually facts. I agree with
Like,
it.
and I
100%
like
agree with
Nia
it.
Jax, but yeah, no,
100% agree
Piper's
with it.
awesome.
Yeah,
She's
everybody.
awesome.
I think
Totally
everybody
agree
agrees
with
with
that.
that.
Nobody disagreeing with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
nobody is.
Next,
oh
yeah. Oh, this is
boy.
where shit gets hurt.
Oh boy.
Let's hear it.
And
So next up is your no holds barred
wow,
falls count anywhere match, even though I
wow.
don't think that needs to be said. There's no holds barred.
So racism won.
But
Let's just
uh
How
agree.
did
it
racism win?
is
One.
the
Racism won.
almighty,
What?
Racism won, y'all.
it is the almighty Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. Like
Yeah.
He's still almighty.
it's
He's not
yeah.
any less almighty.
No, that's to me. I don't know. A little bit of his luster, I think, wears off.
Eh.
Oh
Little
no.
bit.
He lost a
And it's
little
so
bit of
upsetting.
No,
shine
you
off his
didn't.
It's
almightiness,
so upsetting.
but
It's like
it's
Nobody
just
wanted
all
to,
the more
but
build
it
up to
it had to be.
WrestleMania when Bobby Lashley puts this old fuck away. Can't wait. Can't
I'll put
fucking
it like
wait.
this: the match itself exceeded my
Very
expectations.
much
oh
so.
oh
My
oh
bar was
absolutely.
very low for
It
this
It
really
match.
wasn't a
My bar
disaster.
was
it was a
incredibly
good
low.
it was a good match. It was a
It was.
played out.
I would say it was good. It was
It
decent.
wasn't hard. Listen,
It
comparably to
was decent.
comparably to the things that Goldberg has done within the last number of years, that was
Mm.
good.
I
And
mean,
not to diminish anything Bobby has done.
it was pretty limp compared to his promo saying that he was going to kill Lashley. He didn't do anything of the sort to show
Two
that. But
two things stood out about this match. Number one, the bump that they ended with. Kudos for
Mhm.
Goldberg taking the bump
Yeah.
along with Lashley. I won't take that away from him. Number
Yeah.
two, Goldberg looks weird as hell without his gloves.
Yeah,
He
he
don't.
does.
And I don't like that. He took his
Yeah.
gloves off. I was like, who
Yeah, it was
are you?
weird. It's like what?
It's like when Taker would take off his, like once you got so used to him wearing those gloves, when he used to take them off, you'd be like, your hands look small, man. Even though they weren't. But look, man, look, it was a well put together match. Like
the
there was bound
stipulation
to
was the
be
only way Goldberg was going to win this
that,
match. Let's be
which,
honest.
which is fine.
Let's be honest.
Which was fine because they needed a match like this. Because having a regular match, obviously, we saw what happened. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
Kids were
this,
brutalized
yeah.
this
I've
is
seen
and
much
knees
worse
were
Goldberg
busted.
matches in the
this was
Kingdom of
good.
Saudi Arabia.
It was a good
I've
choice.
heard about. I didn't actually ever watch that match, but I heard it was pretty bad.
Which one?
Against him and Taker.
Oh, it was horrible.
Well, yeah, it was
On
horrible.
his head.
Dude, he almost paralyzed Taker.
Yeah, but I know he's
Horrible.
had worse outings out in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So.
Yeah, Lashley is at least doing
Thank
his
God for
job.
small
that
victories.
one might be the worst one. The one with him and Taker, yeah, is definitely the worst one. That's
Thank
why.
God. Thank God
That's
for
why when
small
I say I
victories.
compare what he has done in Saudi to this one, this is good. This was a good Goldberg outing.
Lashley
You
has
know what I mean?
benefited Goldberg in a few months span than Goldberg has benefited himself in the last 3 years.
Oh wait, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Since nobody wants to talk about that match anymore. Excuse me, pardon me.
I don't even know what happened, ladies
Go
and
ahead, next
gentlemen.
match.
Um.
Doesn't even matter.
Oh.
All
Okay.
hail King Woods.
Well, it is the King of the Ring finals. As K Marvel continues to spoil.
Sorry.
You had
Spoil.
Xavier Woods versus Finn
Xavier.
Balor in a match that I did not believe was gonna work out as well as it did, but it did.
Really?
What?
In a sense that
You have
I
little
didn't
faith.
think they would have believably put over Woods in the
What?
match the way that they did. I'm not saying I didn't want him to win. I'm saying I
Go ahead.
didn't think they would have put him over that believable in the
All right,
match.
listen. Let's get to the nitty gritty. The match was fucking awesome. They both went out all out against each other, put out a bunch of the stops. I mean, there was so many false finishes, but they were legit false finishes. Like you believed somebody's phone and or computers going off. Probably mine. Um. Um.
King of
Yeah.
the Ring finals.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
There you go. I have a little bit of a stroke there.
Yeah. No. Tech stuff. Like I'm not ashamed.
I wouldn't want you to be ashamed if you had a stroke.
Wow.
Well, you get help.
It just got a little dark.
Wow.
Well, there's that.
It's not
Super
dark.
dark.
I told him I wouldn't want him to have a stroke.
Okay. Well, there's that.
All hail King Woods. No, but seriously though, like it was. I mean, honestly, and not just as a fan, but to know how much King of the Ring meant to Woods
Hmm.
and the lobbying and you know that is his world title. So for me, that's something that is a little Easter egg going on too. Not the hat, something else.
Oh, well,
Um,
Uh,
but
well,
it was a great match. They did what they told a great story going back and forth. All of the kickouts, the meaningful kickouts, the like. How many times did you think Finn was really going to take it? How many times did you think Xavier was really going to take it? Like it's it's worth it, the right man won. Damn it, that's right. I said
right man in your eyes won.
I don't care. The
Mm.
right man won. All
I
hail
think
King Woods.
give New Day all the accolades and let them get everything now because we obviously gonna give them their flowers when it's all
Give
said
they
and done.
flowers now.
So give them their flowers now.
Yeah.
That ultimately leads to you know other people of color, especially black wrestlers. That leads to bigger and better things for the rest of us. So I applaud it. I'm very glad that they gave him King of the Ring. Let's see whether he's going to live in infamy or if he's going to, I wouldn't say flop, but I'll say it's a matter of does he stay face? Does he have a power trip? Who knows at this point? But congrats to Xavier Woods.
Hell
Congrats to
yeah,
New
hell
Day
yeah.
for another accolade in a very accolade filled year for two of the three members, especially. And keep it going.
Hey man, Cove had his moment.
Keep it going.
They
it is good to see that all three members have their own accolades in their single right.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, you got Biggie as the WWE champion. You had Kofi had his WrestleMania moment and is WWE champion, and now Woods is King of the Ring. I think it's more than obvious they were going to give Woods the King of the Ring title anyways.
Yep.
It wasn't a shock. It was a good match. I
That's
say it
my
was a
only.
solid match nonetheless, but it was just you already knew it was like X is going
Yeah,
to be King of the Ring.
that was my only complaint.
You think so?
That
Because
was my only complaint.
Yeah,
there was so many people that truly believed that Finn was gonna win.
I don't
Well,
think
that's why
I
you
don't
have
know.
that level of opponent for Woods, because you're
Yeah,
gonna put that
and
out.
Yeah.
You're gonna
That's what
cast
makes it
that out.
believable.
Can't really
I
tell.
don't think
Like,
any.
you got to make it believable, but
I'll
I
say
think
this: I wish they would have made the tournament longer.
Yes,
right.
To add a little
16
bit of
people,
special.
agreed.
Yeah, I would have loved to see
16
even,
people
even
bracket.
this. Hear me out. I would have loved to see them make a big deal out of it, like they did way back when. And maybe that's
Mhm.
just like the old school nostalgia hound in me talking. But
Like early, like 20, like when SmackDown Live came about. I think they had one
not
We're
around
even
talking
that.
that.
about
I'm
even
talking about like
before
the
then.
'90s. Like they had qualifying matches for
Like
this.
when
They
King of the Ring
exactly.
This was a
was
big
when
deal.
it
They had
meant something.
qualifying matches
Right.
for the King of the Ring. Like
Mhm.
Not
you look
saying
at
they
the
did.
inaugural tournament when it was first a pay per view in 1993.
Mhm.
Every person that was on that pay per view card had to qualify for the tournament.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not saying you have to do it in one night or whatever have you, but I think that you could get a lot more story out of this if you at least have the semifinals and the finals in the same night. I would have
Yep.
loved to see that.
Exactly.
That's where injuries play. That's where you can
Right,
add a
you
bit
get a
of
little bit more
ring
story
story
out
and
of it.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. I would have loved to see qualifying matches. I would have loved to see a bigger bracket, more than 16 people. Give me a field of
32 maybe.
maybe 32. Yeah, if you stretch this out, like you look at this, right? WWE just released their pay per view schedule or whatever have
Mhm.
you. Let's say they do this as an annual thing for Crown
Yep.
Jewel. Hell, it's in the name,
Mhm.
Crown Jewel, right?
Right.
Let's say they do this as an annual thing. Give me qualifying matches. Give me bits of story in between those qualifying matches. You give something for everybody to do. Like, I can't tell you the last time I seen Ricochet on a show that wasn't main event.
Right.
Not that I watched main event, but he had one
Right.
hell of a match with Xavier Woods. I'm like, why the hell can't he have a qualifying match with someone else? You know, I would have loved Ricochet to be in there with somebody from like I don't know, maybe the Lucha House Party. Let them flip around for about 10 minutes or something like that. You know,
Are they still there? They're still there, right?
he's still there. They're still there.
He's
You know,
still
they
there.
can't talk
They're
right now.
undrafted.
Still there.
Well, I heard.
They're undrafted.
What's the name asked for his release? I thought.
That's
At least still
elite.
got
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
Elite wants to get released. I'm not sure if they're still there, but
Right.
you know, I mean,
I was just saying.
I would love to see more out of the King of the Ring tournament as a whole. Before
Yeah, I don't think they did they've done it a disservice as showings personally.
it's a missed opportunity. They could do much more, especially because they have talent that they're not using as consistently. I'd
Tons.
like to see on Raw. You know, so
I think this
you
is
get people on there like Karrion Cross and Bearcat Lee and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
think.
that. Especially if you're going to have a SmackDown bracket and a Raw bracket, I think they
Yeah.
can really stretch this out and make it good.
I think it can be done for next time, but I think you got to also remember it was this was like a last minute thing. They did
True.
it was at the last minute. It's like Crown Jewel was in like less than like 3 weeks, so they just pretty much had to like speed this up. It's just was something to help to get on the card and to add more star power to it. So think could this for next time for next year if they're doing a King of the Ring again, could they make it a little bit longer? Probably so. And if it does same thing for the Queen's Crown, if it ends up being the finals is a Crown's Jewel, we could like sit there and say like qualifiers could start from a pay per view before, and just
Right.
lead it on into it. They have the possibility. I think this is just a first try to see like how it goes the first couple times. Let's see how it goes. And now I guess if they see to them if it's raved and it's successful, or they feel like this could actually keep going, who knows? Who knows what could happen next year?
Right. Well, honestly, I don't even know. It would be. I feel like it would be so weird to do it annually now because of the way they've been doing it. Like it's been 2 years since the last one. It's been so many years since the one before that.
Yep.
Like I guess to me, and this could just be the fan in me, but
Hmm.
to me, I feel like it would be messed up for them to bring it annually now when Xavier got in, and you know how much it means to him. And then you have somebody like Corbin who was king for a year and how many, a year and a half, damn near 2 years, or somebody like Sheamus or Barrett who got him, and they were maybe not Barrett, but definitely Sheamus. You know what I mean? Like that's my only thing about it being annual. But
I mean,
anyways,
there's
neither here
nothing
nor
wrong
there.
with that, though. Not to cut you off, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. I think you build the character throughout the year, and then boom, propel them to a title shot, whether it's a WWE
Well,
or
I mean, if
Universal.
if
Like
it was
well,
if it was
that's
also,
really
perfect,
what it's there for, right?
well,
Isn't it?
also, the guy or gal that wins the tournament doesn't automatically have to wear a crown and a cape.
true.
Like,
Right.
I mean, if you really look at the history of the tournament, when they did make this an annual pay per view, I can name well, not even. Let's not even like go. I can name it. The majority of people who won the tournament
Mhm.
weren't walking around with all that garb on. They didn't
Right.
automatically like
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Edge won the freaking tournament. He wasn't automatically King Edge. He wasn't being billed as such.
Right.
Just King
Like
of the
Right.
Ring.
they don't have to give the freaking person a royal gimmick. Whoever wins King of the Ring, just use it as a freaking accolade. Give them a
Be
push, and
important
let's
people
call
get
it
it.
a day. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
you don't have
Exactly.
to freaking make them the most regal individual, no pun intended, because William Regal's a former king of the ring. But you don't have to be the most regal individual walking in the face of the earth. Just give them a freaking push. It's like winning the Royal Rumble. You don't give a
Yeah.
freaking crown and a cape to the person that wins the Royal Rumble.
No,
Right.
they just have that. They
Right.
just hold on
Just
that
a
accolade
title.
for
Like,
WrestleMania.
make
That's
it
it.
mean something. The
Yeah.
person that wins King of the Ring gets a title shot, title of their choosing, or whatever have you, or something like that, or title shot at SummerSlam or something,
Right.
whatever proximity the pay per view is, or make it count somewhere.
I agree with that. Now, leading from one New Day member to the next, we have the WWE Championship match
You,
between the champion Big E and Drew McIntyre.
Um, let's be real. We knew Drew was not gonna win this melt.
Yeah. It
That
was. I
he was
think
not gonna win this match. No way in
I'm not.
hell.
I'm not gonna lie. I actually fell asleep a little bit during this match because I already knew what I was expecting to see.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
but
the way
again,
they set
it
up
was.
these matches. It
It,
was obvious what
it
was
was.
Shout
It
out
happening.
to
was.
Black.
It's
Shout
like
out to
some of
them
them
doing
were
them
too
cute.
obvious, so it was an obvious throwaway. So it's just like okay.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Big E rocks. Big E rocks. I mean,
Hell of a
listen,
physical match.
it was. They put on a hell of a match.
I as I've been, saying for like the past couple weeks, really get Big E in a lot of these matches where he has to really pull out some different shit and
Right.
just keep the allure of him growing. He's already
Mhm.
up here, but keep the moveset expanding,
Yeah, like
keep the character growing.
I was real happy when Big E pulled out that his stretch. Correct me if
Mhm.
I'm wrong, but the what was it the muffler the
stretch muffler, yeah, that's
oh,
who
so I was gonna say the stretch muffler. All right,
that's
yeah. So
keeping over his
when he
neck.
pulled that out the bag, because he uses it here and there, like excuse me, Drew, they played it the 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 exact way they needed to where Drew needed to be that monster that you know
Psychopath.
yeah, honestly, that monster that everybody has seen him become within the last 2 years, 3 years, or whatever you want to, 4 years, however you want to call it, or even if you've been watching when he's been in the indies, honestly,
Right.
seen him become this character and become this absolute badass. Um, so for Big E to beat Bobby Lashley and then to beat Drew McIntyre,
Yeah.
you know, all
Like,
that does is begin, excuse me, it begins to solidify his reign. Now
mhm.
you have and we'll dabble real quick when we get to Raw, but
You have
and
all these new challengers,
that's
which
what I'm
is
gonna do. Right.
exactly what it
You
should
know?
be.
So shouts out to the and still WWE champion Biggie.
Yes,
Next.
yes. Now, next match, which really could have went either which way. I would say one of the few matches where I can say we didn't know where the fuck this was going. The SmackDown Women's Championship match,
Mm-hmm.
triple threat between the champion Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, the boss, and the EST of WWE, as she keeps proving again and again and again every match, Bianca Belair.
If this doesn't show any of you that Bianca Belair has arrived,
Yeah.
she is a megastar.
Yep.
There's nothing
Yep.
more that we need to debate with. This girl is a star. Like she was literally for almost all the OMG moments in this match alone. She was a part of every single one of them.
Yep.
Mhm.
She lit from the minute that she did a
One-handed gorilla press.
Yep.
gorilla,
It was very
From that
impressive.
point on.
to her literally almost doing a double KOD on both Sasha and Becky. Like this girl has arrived. This
Yep.
girl
And
is
shouts
literally
out
the one.
and shouts out to Sasha for
Physical
that
special.
impeccable balance on her part too,
Right. Like
because that, as we know in wrestling and many things, it takes two to tango, and for yeah, she makes her gear, her husband's gear, his partner's gear. Like she's dope as shit, and all her regular clothes.
literally.
Dope
She's
as hell.
she's
Um,
literally like if you were looking for a jack of all trades, I mean everybody thinks
yeah, for real.
thought everybody had sat here and thought that that her losing at SummerSlam in 26 seconds, they all thought a lot of people sitting here thinking that they were gonna waste her away. She was done. Yet
Right.
she has sat here in storyline fashion, has shown everyone and proven to y'all that she's still here. And she still matters. And she's still going to put on a hell of a match.
The promo
She will be
that she
champion.
cut on Raw solidified that. And
Bottom line, bar
Do you want
none.
to save that?
yeah, okay. When we get, that was my point of Raw that I was going to point out.
Yeah,
So
right.
I will
Let's
save
save
it.
it. Let's save it.
I'll
real
wait
quick.
till we get to the Raw section.
Like
Point
bottom
out.
line, like Bianca Belair really is the one. And honestly, like it's even okay, even it's as much as we want to see her like win a belt. It's just so we have to be able to try to take it in and enjoy the ride of her
Right.
just chasing
The
for the
chase.
title. Like we've already seen her get skyrocketed before into a title picture already. We've already seen that. We're now actually we're sitting here and we're not taking this in stride and just like enjoying it for what it is. Like she's literally like competing for the belt, and she's getting these opportunities because she deserves it. She's not because she's being spoon fed. She's not because she's because she's a favorite and it's favoritism. No, she worked her butt off. She worked her behind off,
Exactly.
and she deserves it, and she's doing it, and she's giving us a hell of a match every single time. We got to enjoy that. And that
Yep.
triple threat was no
Nope. All three of them. All three of
Over-
them showed out.
Granted, maybe the finish was a little meh, but it was damn. It would have been if that meh finish didn't happen, it would have been probably it was still going to be solidified as the best match of the night.
Yep.
They really
Could agree with that.
they stole the show. I mean, everyone could sit here and say, oh, the wrong woman won.
Whatever.
Like no, I think the right woman did have
I
to win.
disagree. I think the right woman won. I think the right woman won.
Yeah, Becky had to win. Because everybody kind of sat here and think like, I don't think Becky's really going to be able to pull out. How's Becky going to pull
I
this one
mean-
off? And she pulled it off. She pulled it off because, as you saw for storyline purposes, Sasha got way too overzealous.
Yep.
Done.
I mean,
That's it.
honestly, and after Charlotte kept the title that previous Monday night, it kind of only made sense, at least to me, that she kept it, and then they did what they did on SmackDown. So, but overall, yeah, agreed. Probably the best match of the night.
Is
Despite
the
the
best
finish.
match tonight. It's
I
definitely
mean,
the best
people
match.
people could debate that. So
No debate. Not
Maybe
even the
not.
next match. No
maybe
debate.
not for you. Nobody was talking about the next match. I was talking about the Hell in a Cell. Thank you very much.
I think the LSL was the match of the night. But
So, anyways, And finally, I'll just get to it. Acknowledge that man. The Universal Champion, undisputed. That man, Tribal Chief, king of the king of all.
Anyways,
The head of the table, Roman Reigns versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
Get to the point.
Hey, listen, man. Look, Brock, they were going at it. Both of them were going back and forth.
I mean,
like,
going at it. There wasn't no going at it. Roman was got his ass whipped. he was getting his ass whipped the whole match. Are we really gonna try to sugarcoat?
No, but it was
listen. And you're a Laker fan. You can understand this. They don't ask how you won. They ask if.
Yep.
Nobody cares how you guys cheated the Sacramento Kings in 2002 on to a championship.
Let's not bring the Sacramento Kings. We'll bring current. So you're gonna basically try to say if this is let's say Roman is the Lakers,
Houston
right?
Astros.
No. Roman is the Lakers, right? So let's say Brock Lesnar is what? Ja Morant. So as his thing,
Brock Lesnar is not Ja Morant.
Yes, he was lighting up the Lakers. Brock Lesnar lit up Roman Reigns the entirety of the match.
What? The entirety? How dare you, sir?
I wouldn't say the entirety of the match.
You wouldn't say that?
60-40 split. I'm not going to say Roman was giving it to him.
Yeah. And a good 30% was the Usos. Right. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Let's not forget the Usos.
You said 30%?
Like,
you mean the
30% was
40
split.
Kick?
Like Mans got introduced to Suplex City.
You know what? I get
it. He was a resident in Suplex City. He
for a long time.
He caught a good number of F5s.
Astros
a good number. Caught a good number of F5s. And if it was who was the ref? Charles Robinson?
Oh yeah.
If Charles Robinson didn't actually stand in the way and actually get hit in the face with an F5.
Anytime you see Charles Robinson in the ring, ladies and gentlemen, it's always going to be a screwy match. It's always going to be a screwy match.
Listen, don't talk about Lil Nate like that, man.
Nah,
right? You leave Lil Nate out of this.
Now,
if Papa Nate
y'all don't know,
is
I think it was just more hard. But I think it was
Lil Nate's going to be just the same.
From that match, it was just more heartbreaking to see where Paul Heyman's allegiance lied, and it was just and it was sad to see. It was
heartbreaking.
It was.
I mean, he didn't technically he didn't show his allegiance.
Oh, sure he did. He gave the belt. He brought the belt into the ring.
That's when he threw it in the middle.
But he threw it in the middle.
Oh, he threw it in the middle. Right. Oh,
yes, he did.
He threw it in the middle.
I mean, granted, the Usos did come and kick the shit out of Brock Lesnar right after that, but.
And then and yet somehow in some way this is where it just starts to get lazy. A hit to the head from a title is what actually put Brock Lesnar down, not a spear, not a Superman punch.
Well, if you're really this is something I always say.
At that point,
this is something I always say about Brock. Brock has a soft head, right? And this has been proven years after years after years. You hit the man in the head with a chair. You hit him with a title belt. You Superman punch this guy enough, he's gonna fall.
Roman escaped with his life. He escaped.
He
escaped.
The tribal chief, the head of the table,
escaped.
The man that everyone should be acknowledging every time they wake up in the morning.
Escaped. He seems to always be escaping these ass whippings, and it's just he only gets a short-handed ass whipping, and it goes in you. I mean, the ass whipping continued. It did continue. So that's why I was going to good segue. You know shade because it's going right into SmackDown. That's what.
Yep.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Your winner, unfortunately,
and still
Universal Champion.
Put some respect on his name.
No.
Call him what he is. Thank you.
Roman Reigns.
No. You forgot a few words. Stretch, if you will.
Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion.
Heavyweight champion.
Universal Heavyweight Champion. Your tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Everybody's tribal chief.
Not my tribal chief.
Everybody's
tribal chief.
Not mine.
Everybody tribal chief.
Everybody.
Not QS either. We don't acknowledge
Let's not act like he wouldn't come into your home, punch your Doberman in the mouth, have your lady cook him up a steak, medium rare, plop
Meet
down
it.
on your
with
couch
the
and watch
dog
the
bark on
WWE
cue.
Network.
Wait,
Make
hold
you
on.
pay for the one that doesn't have any of the
Right.
ads in it.
Eat the
Eat
steak
the
medium
steak.
rare.
Use the bathroom without telling you. Wash his hands using your good hand
Good
towel,
towel.
and then go
The
to
good
sleep in
towel.
your bed and wake up the next morning.
Snuggled.
Mm-hmm. Wake
Snuggled.
up the next
In your
morning.
boxes.
Rinse,
Not
wash, and repeat. Let's not
not
act
even
like
get
him.
not
Let's
even
not
getting
act
through
like
my
him.
hood. Definitely not my
He's
tribal
in
chief.
your PJs.
But
Snuggle next to your
segue,
woman.
because
He ain't my
after
tribal
this
chief.
happening, we lead right into SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
rightfully
your
so.
season premiere of SmackDown
Wait.
begins.
Slow down. Let's do what we said we were
It's
going to do.
fixed.
Yes, let's just
So
all
let's
take
get
a
out
moment.
3 minutes. I got the timer right here. You're going to start with that?
Am I going to start with that? That's not the moment I wanted to speak about, but it's a good segue.
Well, let's go on to the moment.
Is that anybody's moment? The very beginning?
No, not my moment.
It is no. That could have been Striker's moment because we would have talked about it because it's an actual fact because
No,
it
but he
happened.
said, but he said that
That wasn't my moment, though.
Oh, it wasn't your moment. Oh well,
Oh.
I think my moment is almost everybody else's moment. If everyone else has the same moment, my moment is at the end. It's at the end.
It's not mine.
That was not my moment.
It's
Oh,
definitely
my moment's at the end. So that's that. Like,
All right, so then here, real quick, let's talk about what happened.
oh, sure.
Okay, so since this was 30 minutes of a season premiere, we start SmackDown with Roman Reigns in the ring, holding the ring hostage because he wants to talk shit for a good maybe 15, 18 minutes.
But he can't. He does what he wants.
Because he retained his title and he wants to show off because Brock said, I'm going to beat the man senseless when I see him on SmackDown. And lo and behold, Roman was berating Brock for over 18 minutes, and then his music hits, and Brock has finally arrived.
And
the ass whipping resumes.
Ass whipped.
The ass whipping resumed.
Not
Not only the tribal chief's ass,
The Usos.
not only the Usos' ass,
true.
not only the referee's ass,
And
not only the cameraman's camera's ass,
yeah,
but
he pushed the camera.
half of the locker room and officials got their asses beat.
Let me just put this out there that first off, that Adam Pearce is an idiot, because why would you even, if you know that you have a almost a wrecking machine like Brock Lesnar on your roster, why in God's name would you go and send all your new talent out there to stop him from attacking from beating the hell out of your WWE Universal Champion, when he clearly stated it on Twitter that when he arrived on SmackDown he was going to beat him senseless. He already said it. You already knew. You could have went and put, you were supposed to do the proper protocol and put security in place. Instead but it's cool. It's understandable if you're trying to say SmackDown doesn't have enough money to get security. That's perfectly fine.
Damn Fox. Shots. Damn Fox.
And they supposed to be the A show.
The A show with D-level security? It's crazy.
So you're sending your new superstars to slaughter. This man literally just went and beat the crap out of almost everyone on that floor.
Actually, bro, security was left to Saudi Arabia. That's what we're gonna go with.
Well, I guess that's another Dark Side of the Ring episode that will probably happen.
Wow,
in due time.
Have those chartered flights.
But even then,
that's why you can't fly Spirit.
Let's not sit here and just act like we just gloss over the fact Roman got his ass kicked.
Yep,
he got his ass kicked,
and so did almost everybody else. I'm just very glad Hurricane. I'm very glad Hurricane didn't get touched, though. Very happy he didn't get touched.
Why would you repeat yourself, dog?
The Usos
he asked you to repeat yourself. Got you yoked up. Ooh, I like this shirt.
Well, and you know what I noticed? This is another thing that I don't see that's fair. So whenever anybody else, like, if they lose a match and they go, a tie rating, they start beating up somebody, beating up their so-called rival. None of them get suspended, but yeah, Brock's the only one that gets suspended because Brock. Yep. Where's the sense of that? Brock is the only one that's only getting suspended when he has,
because Brock can legit kill a man.
That's fine. That's fine. You hired him. You hired him.
That's different.
You hired him. That's so you already knew the consequences behind
Technically,
that man.
he's a free agent. He does what the fuck he wants.
That's
You
what he
said
wants
that.
when he wants. Apparently not.
But this is what I also said. This is what made no sense. Why, if he's a free agent, how are you indefinitely suspending him? He's a free agent. He's not under your
Exactly.
reign. He doesn't work for you. he can literally just do what he wants. But okay, let's show it storyline purpose. Brock suspended. Brock comes back. F5's crap out of Adam Pearce. Does it twice.
Adam Pearce
Twice.
Splits his pants. And proceeds
Probably
to
broke his hip
It was a
too.
nice suit that Adam Pearce had on that he absolutely ruined. By the way.
And, he says to, ask him in the mic, be like, I just want you to repeat that again. Just repeat it again for me. And, through the mic.
And he face checks him with the
Yeah,
mic.
like,
It's the most hilarious thing.
It's like you just seeing somebody getting mugged, and you're just like, I'm just watching this.
Well,
Because I bet you security didn't escort Brock out the building. He just left on his own accord. It's just. But you already know. Eventually they're gonna bring Brock back. Why?
Because he's Brock.
Because he's Brock.
They're paying him,
What does
man.
Brock ever stay suspended indefinitely for? People are gonna face Brock is literally what's best for business right now. He's hilarious. Like
I will say this: you need to stop suspending Brock. Brock's been suspended so many freaking times for the same thing. It's like a trope. Brock
no. Let's go back to this. If Brock didn't get suspended back in the day for beating the living daylights out of Zach Gowen and brutalizing that boy, he didn't get suspended for that. He didn't get suspended for that. He didn't get suspended for that.
Beating up Zach Gowen in front of his mother.
That was he didn't get suspended for that. If you don't get suspended
that
in front of
kid's
his
life.
mother.
You
He's
got
done so
suspended.
much
He's
worse.
older than us.
You beat up a one-legged boy.
One-legged man.
You beat up a one-legged man, and you didn't get suspended for that, but you get suspended for beating
Brock
up.
has done so
In
much
front of his mama.
Brock has done so much. He
And
pushed
tried
him
to
down the
punk
flight
her,
of
too.
stairs.
He put him down. He pushed him down.
Pushed him down the flight of stairs. Brock has done so much worse.
He's done a lot worse. And
Just in the interest of time, let's get
But
Kyle's
this-
moment out of the way. Just talk about the King of the Ring coronation. That's what
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna talk about.
yeah. Let him have that. He can have it.
Oh,
Go
wait.
ahead.
I was just about to
Go ahead.
ask. Are we doing?
Yeah, we do a
minute,
moment.
a minute, or
Get
3
yours
minutes?
out the way.
Let's do it. I can't do what he's about to say justice. That was my moment also. So go ahead, Kyle.
Oh.
The coronation?
Yes,
All
the
right,
King of the
hold
Ring
on. Oh,
coronation.
wow.
Go ahead.
All hail King Wood.
There it is, folks. Obvious homerism.
Oh, it was well deserved. Oh man. Oh snap! I just realized I did an hour, not a minute. Look, I don't know what else to say, man. He got his he got his scepter.
Got his cape.
He got his cloak. Call it what it
Excuse me,
is.
cloak,
It's a
right.
cloak.
They did say
Damn it.
cloak.
Got his crown.
He got his coronation
Robe.
speech,
Mm.
and he
When that
has
man-
his
when that
dreaded
man
jester.
When that man says he wants the camera on him, you put it on him. Camera 5, me. Hard cam, me. Stage cam, Kof. Look, man, I'm happy for him. I'm real happy for him.
I felt like I was watching the coronation of Joffrey from Game of Thrones, but that's just me.
I don't care.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the eventual heel turn.
You
I
know,
can't wait.
the Mad King is coming. You know,
He's
Mad
the
King.
Mad
You
King.
saw the
We need
emotion
Mad
in his
King
face, though.
Woods.
He was genuinely happy to be King of the Ring.
Yes.
You saw the
Of course,
emotion.
it's
And
what
that's-
he's wanted his whole life.
I enjoyed that.
It's what he's wanted his whole life. So who are we? Who is the WWE to try and take that from him in a year's time?
Yeah,
The Mad King is coming.
and he's out here putting the hashtag up. You know, just
The
letting them
Mad
know.
King is coming.
Yeah,
Just wait
and we
on.
all know what happened to the Mad King. We all know what happened.
Empires fall, but not this year. Maybe
Yeah,
next.
okay, if you say so.
Fell during the draft. Got split up again.
If you say so.
Right. So
There's always another draft.
Mr.
I guess-
Stretch. Was that actually your moment as well?
That was my moment. Yes, I was going to say that.
Oh,
Wood.
okay. Okay.
Genuine emotion
King
in
Wood.
the face of
King Woods. Sorry, I'm done. All right.
Xavier Woods when he was crowned king. The genuine emotion and the genuine excitement on his face when he got crowned King of the Ring brought it home for me. So
Mhm.
a very real moment, and a moment that he obviously has wanted for quite some time. So that was my moment for SmackDown.
Well, I'll go with mine. My moment was actually a collection of moments. I
You
think
said your moment.
SmackDown, although collection of
The
moments.
hell?
Just wait and let me finish. I like my segues. Anyway, um, I really liked, in the interest of time, that they did little vignettes for everybody that was coming to SmackDown. Although I was very upset, I don't even need 10 more seconds.
No,
I'm
keep
almost
going.
done.
I'm just letting y'all
But
know.
I'm just very happy that they showed who was coming to SmackDown. They gave them a bit of promo time for the people that's watching, for the people that's there that doesn't know jack shit about anybody that was coming. It
Mhm.
was very happy that they did that. But the Brock segment went really long, so I get it. But hopefully next week we see something, or hopefully this Friday we see something really good out of what they did with the vignettes.
Uh, Obviously, like I said, my moment would have been the end, and I only chose the end of the SmackDown because of how awkward it was, of how awkward it became.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
chaos.
it's chaotic only because, and I actually added on to Courtney, to what you were asking from before about why Charlotte is acting the way she is now. It kind of ties into it. This title exchange, I guess contrary to what the rumors are saying,
Mm.
uh, it definitely, you could see it on live television. It was hella awkward between the two. You know they. It was announced that that it was going to be a champion versus champion X Survivor Series. So this case basically it's going to happen. Both women, Becky Lynch and Charlotte, were supposed to exchange their belts. They be the current title holder of their respective brands, and everything be smooth and keep it pushing.
Yep.
Now, I do not know why that when Becky, I guess, was trying, well, I guess when Charlotte was trying to give the belt to Becky, it may seem like she's playing like a Oopsie Daisy, like come get it, and it's just like, why are you doing that? It's kind of like you're try to make you see she's trying to make Becky look stupid, and Becky just went and just threw the belt right there on at Charlotte's feet, and it's just like, oh, okay, this is actually a little, and even then, like Sonya's
And
kind
even
of,
Sonya was in the middle, like, pick it up,
yeah.
pick it up.
I mean, Sonya actually did that like a boss. Like, I actually felt Sonya Deville was actually the star of that whole segue because she showed that not only can she put on a nice 3-piece suit, she can actually act like a boss when she needs to, and she even
Mm.
told Charlotte, pick it up. And Charlotte really went and did and picked that belt up, as she should. Because I was just like, because I was just weird. It was awkward and it was ridiculous. Now, I guess it ties into, whatever backstage drama is going on. I guess, I don't know
Yep.
if the rumors
Whatever.
are
Yep.
feeling with it. I don't know. I can see,
Apparently, the gals might have a lot more testosterone than the
I,
guys
I
at
can,
this moment.
I can see that it is showing on TV now. It's just like, okay, this is awkward. But it does suck because either way, I think for the most part, this is what's going to happen. I think it was going to happen regardless. This is
Yeah,
just something that was just meant to happen. It just sucks that it had to happen like that. It
Yeah.
should have, like I said, as a title exchange, I should have just gave y'all titles, do y'all goodbyes, have Sasha come out and like do a promo with Charlotte. Boom, done. That's how it should have been. Unfortunately, it wasn't like that. It just
no,
looks weird. And now it makes us all scrambled to look like, okay, there's real beef going on in in the women's locker room. That's how I see it.
And also, Stretch, just so you know, the coronation actually wasn't my pick. You said it, and my brain just took over. Like my
Go
pick
on.
was Hit
Oh, Hit
Row.
Row debuting.
oh
Okay.
yeah, we did
Yeah,
forget
happy to.
that.
That was a good
Honestly, I'll just leave
that
it
was a
real
good
quick.
debut.
I'm happy to see them on SmackDown. I'm very shocked that it was Swerve and Top Dollar that was that was tagging, but I also know that it could probably be one of those Freebird type situations or whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is that they were debuting on SmackDown. They had their promo at the beginning. Could feel that the crowd wasn't feeling it, so maybe I personally think it could have been a little bit shorter, and then they could have just like
I
played the track the rest of the way. It's
I
pretty tough to
disagree.
call.
I think the crowd liked them, especially when the
Mhm.
match happened. I think
No, they
they
were
were
feeling them
feeling
for the
them.
match. I was talking about for the promo, but whatever. I mean, maybe I was also half asleep, so
Mhm.
um, but yeah, just very happy for Hit Row and very excited to see. to see where they go from here.
Right.
Real quick, same thing with Raw. We're just going to talk about Monday Night Raw real quick. That was last night. Raw. All right. Well,
Raw wasn't.
It wasn't bad.
It
I-
wasn't bad.
Better in the past.
It
So,
wasn't bad. Look at that. See what happens when a draft happens. All of a sudden, a
I
terrible
mean-
brand becomes decent.
I mean,
it was all right for like the last.
I mean, we still had engaged couples, nastily flirting mid match. Like, it's all unnecessary shit.
You want to know who else made it actually made Raw watchable? Bianca Belair. That's who
Of
made
course.
that's his moment. That's your moment.
Oh yeah, because that promo was a godsend.
Absolutely. I
that
want
promo was fucking awesome.
to elaborate on that a little bit more because he did make an excellent point about, the whole situation that's been happening since SummerSlam. So for those
Right.
people who get on to WWE for not doing long-term storytelling, this is the moment where you can actually give them a pat on the back for it.
Yep.
Because this has been going on since SummerSlam, and it's been 2 months, and they've been on TV and they've been getting featured.
You can thank QS for this because QS actually said this on the cover
He's
of
right.
episode
He's absolutely right. I have to give credit where credit's due because
I
I
did.
was very
So-
critical of Bianca Belair losing at SummerSlam. He's absolutely right.
I was too.
The promo that she gave really
Right.
tied the entire situation home
Yeah.
and gave the backstory of the entire storyline.
Because literally, like, because
Becky
even
Lynch.
as then, like, when she even went on and said, like, oh, yeah, you beat me in 26 seconds, but that's all, really, and that's all you have. Because the truth is, even without that belt, I'm still the EST of WWE. I'm still
Absolutely.
the strongest, the fastest, and I know you're not the smartest. And it's
She
just,
basically, for those NBA fans out there, and I don't mean to cut you off, she basically hit Becky Lynch with the Draymond Green to Paul Pierce line. They don't love you like they love LeBron, baby.
yes, a
You're
fact.
not getting that farewell tour.
You're never going to get that
They don't
farewell
love you
tour.
like they love me, man.
And you know what? Not for nothing, she kind of had a point. Without that belt, without a belt, what is Becky? What is Big Time Bex? When is the last? Think about it. No, and you got to really sit there and really think about it. Before Becky became the man, what was Becky?
I
Exactly.
mean, she was loved, but she wasn't. It wasn't
to
nowhere
this
like
magnitude.
this.
Not to this magnitude. The only way that magnitude, and she kept that thing. She kept that hype on her
Right.
on that pedestal. She had to have a
Because
belt.
she always put on. Because
She always
Becky
had
was
to have
one
a
of those
belt.
people where you looked. It's like Cesaro. It's like you looked and you're like, oh, they can always put on good matches, but it never reached the height it should have until she really started doing. Till she got the nose broken and doing the man stuff
Right.
and all of that.
Right.
So I don't know if it's going to take Cesaro to get his nose broken, but
Even
anyway.
like Becky always bringing up that 26 seconds. That's all you have on Bianca. We've seen you in all of these other matches with her. She's always been the one to really get the better of you.
Yeah.
She just hasn't officially gotten you clean, but
Right.
we can see it's coming. That last match that last title match they had before Sasha Banks interfered, Becky would have lost clean. And you could see
Yep.
it. She was going to lose that clean because she was going to get hit with a KOD with one arm. A
Mhm.
one-arm KOD. She was going to get knocked out on that.
Yep.
It's already proven. That's why I say that's probably my best moment because Bianca just spoke the truth.
Yep.
Like a typical heel, Becky's just going to run away with her tail between her legs. But eventually,
Yeah.
she's going to have to answer the call. She's going to have
Right.
to.
Well
And
said.
that's just one more horsewoman for Bianca to beat.
Yep.
Just to say that she beat them all.
Well, technically, that's
two
the
more.
last one.
Got two.
That's the
That's the
last
only
one
one.
she has to
That
beat.
is the only
No.
one she has to beat now.
That is the last one.
She didn't pin Charlotte though.
She
No,
doesn't
no,
have
she
to
beat
pin
her.
Charlotte.
She
The
would've
win's
had
on the
Charlotte,
record.
She beat her. She beat her. That's it.
Come on.
She beat
would've
her.
Come on.
She would have won. She would have won
Would've won
regardless.
cleanly.
All right.
That's why she got hit with the
I mean,
chair and
she
she
should
still
have.
wins.
Should have won.
Yeah, she would have
So
won.
yeah. Anyway, who's next?
Raw. Well, I can't play the music right now, but Raw for me was all about the visionary. All about the visionary.
MVP
I
of the show.
am very excited to see what Big E and Seth Rollins does with this upcoming feud that they have. I'm very happy for the spotlight he's getting, and it doesn't feel It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel thrown upon us. It was actually a gradual build for Seth Rollins for the past 2-3 years, and it's culminated here with a possible NXT feud reawakening, and it's going to be even 10 times better now with all the years they both had behind them. I cannot freaking wait. But for
Janu-
me, not it's Seth, and then the ladder match that Seth was in was really fucking dope.
January 9th, 2013.
Wow.
So almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
That is when Big E beat Seth Rollins for the NXT championship.
That's good. That's dope.
And mind you, this was also when Seth was part of the Shield already.
Yep.
So that was that's a very interesting situation. I cannot
that
wait.
was
I'm so
It's
excited.
gonna be a good.
that was I'm a
storyline.
soldier, Big E. That
Yeah.
was
The
Mr.
5
5, Big E. The 5 count, Big E. That's the man I want to see again.
This is
Hopefully
gonna
we
be
get that eventually.
I hope
This is
No,
gonna
we
be
won't
this is
get
gonna
the
be
5
an
count.
anytime soon.
excellent feud. This is
I
gonna be
love the
excellent.
Big E that we have now. He has so much personality. Instead of talking like this and walking around with his bodybuilder chalk because he's a big, strong, generic, strong guy. He has way more personality now than he ever did in NXT.
Dude.
And I'm so glad that
They said it.
Well,
he
I'm glad they let him
stereotype
loose.
of
Yes.
He has
Yeah.
to be serious in order to be WWE champion. Like
You know,
love the fact
and
that he's not.
and they say that all the time. You know what I mean? Like everybody wanted him to be serious. He said it. You know, they wanted me to be this mad, angry, or serious guy. Like, no, man, I'm gonna be.
You don't need to be an
It's gonna be
angry
him.
black
and
man.
prove that.
We already have Lashley.
True. Word. Stretch. You want to go? You want to close it out?
I'll close it out. My moment was the ladder match. I thought the ladder match was fantastic.
Yep.
Okay.
I thought that everybody played their role well. I think that, you know what I'd like to see personally come out of this ladder match? And this is really trivial. I'm first off, right person won. I thought Seth should win.
Of course.
I think
Agreed.
that him and Big E would be a great feud going forward. I like the little interaction that they had at the end of the match when he was in the walkway. He kind of looked at Big E like, you don't stand a chance. He kind of laughed, and Big E just looked at him, rubbed his hands together. I thought that was cool.
Yep.
I would love to see a Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio feud. Call me crazy. I would love to see that. I think that would be an excellent goddamn feud.
You think that's where he turns?
I would hope so. I think Kevin Owens could stand to have a heel turn. I think it would be the shot in the arm that he needs.
Right.
I
We
would
already know how good he is.
love. And first off, to me, Rey Mysterio, especially with the guys on this roster, is a really, really good face.
Yeah.
Call me crazy. I think it's
He's a
impossible to
punchable
hate.
face.
Yeah, he's
the one everybody wants to be.
Kevin Owens' best character is, to me, when he was in NXT and he was like bully, and he was really like threatening everyone. Like, you don't want to do that.
We're
like,
talking only
Came
WWE.
across as really intimidating, just like the way he would talk to people. And he was really threatening, was really intimidating. It was a bully. The most bullyable character in WWE is Rey Mysterio. And he plays the underdog so damn well. Like, because he's and I hate to say it, because he's small, and the people picked on him because of his size and stuff.
He has
like
a punchable face.
Punchable mask. But I would love to see a Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio feud. They're two veterans. I really think they can knock it out the park. And if you involve his son, I think with a worker of the ilk of Kevin Owens, he can only get better. So, call me crazy. I think it would work. I think a rising tide lifts all boats in a situation like that. Please put Rey. If anybody out there is listening, please make Kevin Owens try to kill his son, which leads him into
Balor tag team.
No, I don't need to see them tag.
It may happen. It may happen.
If any person, okay.
I don't see him in the U.S. title hunt right now.
I also enjoyed the triple threat tag team match that they used to open the show. I thought that was really fun.
that was really good too.
If there is one tag team that I want to see up in RK Bro, it is the Alpha Academy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll leave it at that.
Yes.
That was my moment. Was the ladder match, but please, if you're listening to two things, wrestling gods, please. When I say wrestling gods,
Push Alpha Academy. Yes.
Vince McMahon.
Nick
Please
Khan
push
too.
Alpha Academy, and please make a Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. That's what I want.
Yep.
All right. I'm don't even know what to say. All hail Queen Zelina. That's number one. Very happy for her, repping Queens. You know, so
He's a royal pawn tonight, guys.
always gotta always no, sir. No. No, I am the
Queens
proclamator.
and kings.
I am the proclamator, sir. Anywho's
Town crier.
no plot. Shut up. But yeah, no. I am very happy for Zelina Vega, man. You know, she's done her thing. She deserves it. I forgot what's her face is I forgot Shayna's on SmackDown.
Yes.
That would have been real interesting.
SmackDown
now,
is going to be
you know what I mean?
really, really good this week. Really
And then, but honestly, I think my moment is more personal than anything else. I'm real happy for Keith Bearcat Lee. He
Beating up more black people.
Hey, F it. He's on a path of destruction, and I'm excited to see where he goes. So that's just gonna be mine, and I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna keep mine real short. So, ladies and germs,
That's his entrance. It's the growl and then the music.
Oh, I was like, what the hell was that?
No, you're coughing up something for
you know what? I thought I heard something, but I was like, oh, never mind. something got in the headphones. So next week we are back, and the next 2 weeks will be fun because it won't be just wrestling or wrestling at all. Will it? Yeah. No.
Or,
Not those weeks. Nah. So we got a couple fun episodes. Y'all get to just
interact a little more.
mess
Invite your
around.
friends next time.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah, man. Share, like, subscribe, do all of that.
Absolutely.
As you know what, let's get to our normal stuff.
Socials.
You know where you guys can find me at. You'll see it at the bottom left-hand corner this time.
Left.
Yes, that's right. You can follow me at Instagram at Jador Sapio, and you can now follow me at Twitter at Jador Stretch. But in all honesty, folks, I don't think any of you guys have the intestinal fortitude or the manual dexterity to follow me. So just
Wow.
go pick someone else.
That's not your shtick, sir.
Pick someone else, please. Don't follow me.
That's not your shtick,
Old enough to
sir.
follow me, please pick someone.
Like I said, if you want to follow, if you want to, you can follow me at Forever Thiefing on Instagram and Twitter. That is exactly my correct spelled name. Yes, it is correctly spelled this time. Like I said, interact with me. Interact with me. Say what's up. Like I said, I not only do I talk about wrestling, I pretty much talk about everything. Talk about everything. I make you laugh. That's just all it is.
It'll make you cry.
Then again, thanks again, everybody for tuning in. It's always a pleasure.
Yep. And it is me, Striker Dragoon once again. Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch.
I thought he was going to do
it.
Yeah, okay.
Mish. No, I couldn't. I can't do DDP because I'm not doing DDP yoga.
That's immediately where my mind went.
I could not do DDP yoga, not yet anyway. And I should. But shout outs to DDP. Shout outs to all the viewers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Please like, please share, and definitely subscribe. But do those likes so we can get on that algorithm. We need those likes on YouTube. So please do that.
All right, and as always, you can follow me at Mr. Marvel87. Trying to decide if I want to start using my Twitch or not. I have a small idea. Involves a small person. I gotta try to figure this one out.
I know where the hipsters go in Bedrock. Twitch, get it? Yeah.
Oh wow! Wow! Flintstone show. Wasn't expecting.
Dude, throwback.
I was watching Boomerang the other day, and the Flintstones was on.
Best channel.
And that one happened to come on with, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, wait,
rock
real
roll.
Quick. And I'll end it on this,
crazy.
So I can lead into something in the future. Do y'all remember the cartoon Centurions?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, All right, I just want to know because I feel like I'm the only person that knows that it exists.
Bro, I know the intro by heart.
And
Was
so do oh, it's so good. It's so good.
in the future, Doc Terra, cyborg companion hacker.
Yo, Ace
The
McCloud.
voice
Yo,
is epic.
Ace, dude. Anyways, we're save this one. We're gonna pocket this conversation. As always, you can follow us at the Council of Commentary on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. And on Twitter, we are at CO Commentary. You can always follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Audible, iHeartRadio, and all of your listening podcast preferences.
Shout out to Courtney.
If you're
for keeping up the
listening to
entire
it,
episode,
we're
too.
in your ear wherever you can find it. And sorry for cutting you off, Stretch.
Yeah,
What'd
I
you
didn't hear
say?
anything Stretch said.
Repeat
Yeah.
that.
I said, shout out to Courtney for keeping up the entire episode with us.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
Doesn't watch
Yeah.
WWE regularly. She usually keeps up through
appreciate
us.
it.
So thank you very much for keeping up the entire
Appreciate you,
episode.
Courtney. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you liking and sharing the show. We appreciate you so much. Thank you very much.
Feggity facts. And as always, stay positive, keep your heads up, push on, do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are the Four Corners, and
Four.
I knew he was going to do something like
Four.
that. Jesus Christmas. And we're out, y'all.